Welcome to our comprehensive guide on international relocation. In this series, we provide a detailed analysis of moving to Thailand as a digital nomad. We will move beyond general advice and focus on the technical, legal, and logistical frameworks required for a successful transition. Today, we begin with Part 1, the strategic preparation.
That is correct. Relocating to Southeast Asia requires more than just a flight ticket. It requires navigating a specific set of immigration laws and bureaucratic procedures. The first and critical subject we must address is the visa strategy. In the past, digital nomads operated in a legal gray area, often using tourist visas to work remotely. However, as of mid-2024, the Thai government introduced significant changes that formalized this lifestyle.
Let us examine the two primary options for entering Thailand in 2026. The first option is for those who are not yet ready to commit long-term. We call this the trial phase. For this group, the most suitable entry method is the visa exemption scheme. It is important to clarify the terminology here because many travelers confuse visa exemption with visa on arrival. The visa exemption scheme is available to passport holders of 93 countries and territories. This scheme allows you to enter Thailand without applying for any paperwork beforehand. Upon arrival at the airport, the immigration officer will stamp your passport, granting you a stay of 60 days. And if 60 days is not enough, you can extend this permit once. You would need to visit a local immigration office within Thailand, pay a fee of 1,900 baht, and you will receive an additional 30 days. This gives you a total of 90 days to explore the country and decide if you want to stay longer.
However, for professional digital nomads who intend to establish a base in Thailand, relying on short-term exemptions is not a sustainable strategy. This brings us to the second and perhaps most important option, the Destination Thailand Visa, or the DTV. This visa category was specifically designed to attract remote workers, freelancers, and participants in Muay Thai or cooking courses.
The DTV is a game changer because of its validity period. Unlike standard visas, the DTV is valid for 5 years. It allows the holder to stay in Thailand for 180 days per entry. Once that period ends, you can extend it for another 180 days at an immigration office, or you can simply leave the country and re-enter to reset the clock.
To obtain this visa, there are strict financial criteria. The applicant must prove that they have financial security. Currently, the requirement is to show a bank statement with a minimum balance of 500,000 Thai baht. This amount acts as a guarantee that you can support yourself. Furthermore, you must provide a professional portfolio or an employment contract from a foreign company to prove your status as a genuine digital nomad.
Now that we have covered the what, let us discuss the how. The application process has been digitized. You should apply through the official Thai e-visa website. I will spell the address for clarity. It is www.thaivisa.go.th. Please be extremely cautious of third-party agency websites that look similar to the official government site but charge excessive service fees.
Moving on from visas, we must address the bureaucratic requirements that apply once you arrive. One technical term that every expat must know is the TM30. The TM30 is a notification of residence. According to Thai law, the owner of the property where a foreigner stays must report that foreigner's presence to the Immigration Bureau within 24 hours.
While this is legally the landlord's responsibility, it affects you directly. If you need to extend your visa or access government services, the immigration officer will check if your TM30 has been filed. Therefore, when you rent a condominium or a house, you must confirm with the owner that they will complete this process for you.
Another crucial topic for long-term residents is tax residency. This is a complex area, but the basic rule is the 180-day rule. If you reside in Thailand for more than 180 days in a calendar year, you are considered a tax resident. This means you may be liable to pay tax on income that is brought into Thailand. We strongly advise consulting with a tax professional to understand how this applies to your specific country's double tax agreement.
Let us shift our focus to health and safety. Thailand has an excellent healthcare system, particularly in the private sector. Hospitals in Bangkok are world-class, often accredited by U.S. standards. However, they can be expensive. Therefore, securing comprehensive health insurance before you travel is mandatory for your financial safety.
When selecting insurance, you should look for a policy that covers both inpatient department, or IPD, and outpatient department, or OPD. Inpatient covers you if you are hospitalized overnight, while outpatient covers simple visits to the doctor for a flu or a minor infection. Many nomads also recommend checking if the policy includes coverage for motorcycle accidents, as this is a common risk in Southeast Asia.
Finally, let us briefly discuss financial logistics. Before you leave your home country, you should inform your bank of your travel plans to prevent your credit cards from being blocked. It is highly recommended to open a borderless bank account, such as Wise or Revolut. These services allow you to hold money in multiple currencies and exchange them at a much better rate than traditional banks. To summarize this first segment, preparation is the foundation of a successful relocation. By choosing the correct visa, understanding your legal obligations like the TM30, and securing proper insurance, you remove the stress from your journey. In the next segment, we will guide you through the arrival process and how to navigate the city during your first week.
In the next segment, we will guide you through the arrival process and how to navigate the city during your first week.
Let us move directly to the logistics of travel. Before you even board your flight to Thailand, there is a critical mandatory step that has replaced the old paperwork. In the past, travelers filled out a blue paper card called the TM6. That system has been abolished.
Correct. Today, Thailand uses a digital-first border control system. You must submit your data via the Thailand Digital Arrival Card, or TDAC. This is often integrated with the Electronic Travel Authorization, or ETA, for visa-exempt travelers.
You must complete this online registration at least 24 to 72 hours before your departure. The system requires your passport details, flight number, and the address of your first hotel. Do not leave this until the last minute at the airport, as internet connectivity can be unreliable.
Completing this digital step offers a massive tactical advantage. Once approved, your data links directly to your passport. This allows you to use the automated passport control gates, or e-gates, at Suvarnabhumi Airport. Instead of waiting for an hour in a manual queue, you simply scan your passport and your face. The gate opens and you are officially in Thailand in less than 60 seconds.
After collecting your luggage from the carousel, you will enter the arrivals hall. This is a high-pressure environment filled with people, noise, and shops. Your first priority here is connectivity.
You will see brightly colored kiosks from AIS, True Move H, and DTAC selling tourist SIM cards. While convenient, these packages are often more expensive than local plans. They typically offer unlimited data, but with capped speeds.
For digital nomads who need high-speed internet immediately, we recommend eSIM technology. Providers like Lo or Holofly allow you to install a Thai data plan while you are still in your home country. This means you have a working connection the moment you land.
If you prefer a physical SIM card, you can still buy one at the airport. However, a professional tip is to buy the minimum package, perhaps just for 7 days, and then visit a proper telecommunications shop in a shopping mall later. There, you can sign up for a monthly plan that is 50% cheaper and much faster.
Next, let us discuss money. This is a complex topic because Thailand is currently in a transition phase. It is becoming a cashless society, but it is not fully there yet.
Exactly. You need a two-part strategy: digital payments and physical cash. Let's start with getting cash. Do not exchange money at the banks in the arrivals hall. Their exchange rates are poor.
Instead, take the escalator down to the basement level, following the signs for the airport rail link. Look for the independent exchange booths hidden behind the station entrance. Brands like Super Rich, colored orange or green, offer rates that are nearly equal to the official market rate. This simple walk downstairs can save you significant money on a large transaction.
Now, regarding cashless payments, if you are from an ASEAN country, China, or Japan, you can use your home banking app to scan Thai Prompt Pay QR codes directly. It is seamless and instant.
However, for our listeners from Europe, the US, or the UK, your banking apps will not work with Thai QR codes. For you, the best tool is a contactless credit or debit card. You can use your Visa or MasterCard to tap and pay at 7-Eleven convenience stores, supermarkets, and major department stores.
But be careful. Small street food vendors, local markets, and motorcycle taxis usually cannot accept foreign cards. For these, you must use cash. Always keep small banknotes, 20, 50, and 100 baht notes in your pocket. Drivers often do not have change for a 1,000 baht note.
Now that you are connected and have your finances ready, let's get you to the city center. Suvarnabhumi Airport is about 30 kilometers from downtown Bangkok. You have 3 specific options.
Option 1 is the Airport Rail Link, or ARL. This is the train located in the basement. It is the cheapest option, costing only 45 baht. You buy a ticket at the machine, which gives you a black plastic token. You tap the token to enter and drop it in the slot to exit.
The train takes about 30 minutes to reach Phaya Thai Station, which connects to the BTS SkyTrain. However, a warning: during rush hour, morning and evening, the train is incredibly crowded. If you have 2 large suitcases, it will be physically difficult to board.
Option 2 is a public taxi. Go to level 1 and look for the automated kiosk. You press a button and it prints a paper slip. Do not lose this slip. It contains the driver's ID and plate number, which is crucial for safety.
When you get in the taxi, there are 3 costs. First, the meter fare. Second, a mandatory airport surcharge of 50 baht. And third, the tollway fees, which you must pay in cash at the toll booth. Always insist on using the meter.
If a driver says 500 baht flat rate, politely decline and ask for the meter.
Option 3, which is the most comfortable for nomads, is using ride-hailing apps. The two main apps are Grab and Bolt.
Using an app eliminates the language barrier and price negotiation. You see the fixed price on your screen. At Suvarnabhumi, there is a specific pickup point for these apps to prevent traffic congestion. Follow the signs to the Ride app pickup point, usually located on level 1.
Finally, once you arrive at your hotel or apartment, do not be alarmed when the receptionist asks to scan your passport. This is a legal requirement under Section 38 of the Immigration Act. They must report your location to the government within 24 hours.
It is not a violation of privacy. It is standard procedure. Cooperate with them to ensure your stay is fully legal. In the next episode, we will begin the exciting process of hunting for your long-term apartment. Welcome back to part 3 of our deep dive into relocating to Thailand. In the previous episodes, we covered the visa legalities and the immediate logistics of arrival. Now, we move to the most critical factor for your long-term happiness, finding a place to call home.
Choosing an apartment in Bangkok is not just about 4 walls and a bed. It is about choosing a lifestyle. Bangkok is a massive, sprawling metropolis, and each neighborhood, or yan as locals call it, has a completely distinct personality. Living in one district might feel chaotic and loud, while moving just 3 train stations away can feel peaceful and green.
Today, we will conduct a detailed tour of the 4 most popular neighborhoods for digital nomads. We will analyze the pros, the cons, and the price points. After that, we will explain the rental contract process step by step to protect you from common financial mistakes.
Let us begin our tour on the Sukhumvit line, which is the main artery of the city. Our first stop is On Nut.
On Nut is often called the gateway for new expats. It is incredibly popular because it offers the best balance of convenience and affordability. Geographically, it is slightly away from the city center, but it is fully connected by the BTS SkyTrain.
The defining feature of On Nut is its hyper-convenience. Right next to the BTS station, you have 2 massive supermarkets, Lotus's and Big C. These are essential for buying groceries at local prices. Across the street, you have Century Movie Plaza, a modern mall with chain restaurants and a cinema.
But the real charm of On Nut lies in its side streets, or sois. Here, you find a high density of street food stalls selling grilled pork, mu ping, and pad thai for less than $2. Housing-wise, you can find a modern 1-bedroom condominium here for approximately 10,000 to 15,000 baht per month. It is busy, it is loud, but it is very convenient.
Now, let us hop back on the train and move closer to the city center. Our next stop covers 2 connected neighborhoods, Thong Lo and Ekamai.
If On Nut is the budget-friendly option, Thong Lo is the Beverly Hills of Bangkok. This is the playground for the wealthy Thai elite and Japanese expats. The atmosphere here is sophisticated, trendy, and expensive.
You will see luxury sports cars, high-end community malls like The Commons, and arguably the best nightlife in the country. The streets are lined with award-winning cafes, speakeasy bars, and premium Japanese restaurants. In fact, this area is often called Little Tokyo.
However, this luxury comes with a price. Traffic in Thong Lo is notoriously bad, and rent here is significantly higher. A standard one-bedroom condo starts at 30,000 baht and can easily go up to 50 or 60,000 baht per month. This area is for nomads who prioritize lifestyle, fine dining, and networking over budget.
Moving further out from the center, past On Nut, we arrive at a neighborhood that has exploded in popularity among the tech community, Punnawithi.
Punnawithi is now recognized as the digital innovation hub of Bangkok. The centerpiece of this neighborhood is True Digital Park. This is Southeast Asia's largest tech and startup campus.
True Digital Park is not just an office building, it is a mixed-use ecosystem. It combines a shopping mall, a massive co-working space, and residential condos into one complex. It features a beautiful indoor green space with real trees and natural light, which is rare in Bangkok.
What nomads love about Punnawithi is the skywalk. You can walk from the BTS station directly to the digital park and your condo via an elevated walkway, completely avoiding the traffic and heat below. The vibe here is productive, modern, and cleaner than the inner city. Condos are newer, often with high-tech facilities, and prices are reasonable, similar to On Nut, ranging from 12,000 to 20,000 baht.
Finally, let us leave the Sukhumvit line entirely and cross to the northern side of the city to visit Ari.
Ari is unique. It does not feel like the rest of Bangkok. It has a hipster and local vibe. Unlike the skyscraper canyons of Sukhumvit, Ari is characterized by leafy streets, large trees, and old houses that have been converted into garden cafes and art galleries.
It is a very walkable neighborhood. You will find a fascinating mix of traditional street food vendors serving office workers next to Instagram-famous brunch spots. It feels like a small village inside the big city.
The housing stock in Ari is a mix of older, spacious, low-rise apartments and newer high-rise condos near the station. It is quieter and more relaxed. If you are a creative person, a writer, or a designer, Ari often provides the best inspiration. Now that you have chosen your neighborhood, let us discuss the rental process. This is where many foreigners make expensive errors. The first thing you must know, you do not pay the real estate agent. That is correct. In Thailand, the commission fee is paid by the landlord, not the tenant. This means you can hire a professional agent to help you find a room, drive you to viewings, and negotiate the price, completely free of charge. We highly recommend using an agent rather than trying to contact landlords directly, as they handle the legal paperwork for you. Most rental contracts in Thailand are for a duration of 1 year. It is possible to find 6-month contracts, but the monthly rent will be higher and your choices will be limited. When you are ready to sign the contract, you will need to pay a large sum of money up front. The standard market rule is 2 + 1. This means a security deposit equivalent to 2 months of rent plus the first month's rent in advance. For example, if your rent is 20,000 baht, you will need to hand over 60,000 baht on the day you sign the contract. The security deposit is refundable at the end of the contract, provided you have not damaged the room.
Welcome back to Part 4 of our comprehensive guide to relocating to Thailand. In the previous episodes, we secured your visa, navigated the airport, and found your dream apartment.
Now, the real journey begins.
That is correct. Having a condo key does not mean you have a life. Today, we are going to discuss the art of living in Bangkok. We will cover the work ecosystem, how to build a meaningful social circle, and most importantly, the complex cultural nuances that will determine whether you are accepted by the locals or treated as just another tourist.
Let us begin with your primary objective, productivity. As a digital nomad, you are here to work. Bangkok offers two primary environments for this: co-working spaces and cafe culture.
The co-working scene in Bangkok is world-class. If you live in the Punnawithi area, as we mentioned in Part 3, your default choice will likely be True Digital Park, or TDPK. It is not just a workspace, it's a community hub.
For those living in Thong Lo or Ekamai, look for spaces like The Hive or T1 building. Membership fees usually range from 3,000 to 6,000 baht per month for a hot desk. This investment is worthwhile because it provides ergonomic chairs, high-speed fiber internet, and, crucially, networking events.
Networking is the hidden value. In these spaces, you will meet startup founders, crypto traders, and fellow creatives. However, if you prefer a more relaxed environment, you might choose to work from a cafe.
Bangkok's cafe culture is legendary, but there is an unspoken etiquette you must follow. First, do not occupy a table for 4 people if you are alone. Second, the general rule is 1 drink every 2 hours. Do not buy a single 60 baht espresso and sit there for 8 hours using their electricity. That is considered rude.
Look for co-working friendly cafes. These places often provide power outlets at every table and free Wi-Fi passwords on the receipt. Popular chains include Tom & Tom's or Starbucks Reserve, which stay open late, sometimes 24 hours.
Now, let us move to a topic that many nomads struggle with: loneliness. Moving to a new country can be isolating. How do you build a social circle from scratch?
The fastest way to integrate is through hobbies. In Bangkok, the fitness community is a massive social gateway. Muay Thai gyms are not just for fighting, they're social clubs. Training together creates a bond. You'll find that after a week of sweating in a Muay Thai class, you'll have 5 new friends inviting you to dinner. Another rapidly growing sport is paddle tennis. There are courts popping up all over Sukhumvit. It's very social and popular with the expat community. Alternatively, websites like meetup.com organize weekly events for board games, language exchanges, and coding workshops.
Speaking of language exchange, this brings us to the most critical section of today's episode: Thai cultural nuances. Understanding these unwritten rules is the key to a happy life here.
The first concept you must understand is Jai Yen. Literally, this translates to cool heart.
Jai Yen means keeping calm under pressure. In Western culture, if there is a mistake, for example, your internet is broken, it might be acceptable to raise your voice or demand a manager. In Thailand, this is a disaster. Raising your voice causes you to lose face and causes the other person to lose face.
Once you shout, the Thai person will likely shut down and stop helping you. The correct strategy is to smile, speak softly, and say, "Mai pen rai," which means "no problem," while gently persisting for a solution. You will get what you want much faster by being Jai Yen.
The second concept is Greng Jai. There is no direct English translation for this. It roughly means consideration for others or reluctance to impose.
For example, if a Thai friend invites you to dinner, They might insist on paying the bill. You might offer to split it, but if they insist, Greng Jai dictates that you accept their generosity gracefully rather than fighting over the check. Similarly, Thai people might not tell you directly if you are doing something annoying because they are Greng Jai. They do not want to hurt your feelings.
This leads to indirect communication. You must learn to read the air. If you ask a favor and the answer is maybe or it might be difficult, that usually means no.
Let us discuss physical etiquette. The Y is the traditional Thai greeting, palms pressed together near the chest.
As a foreigner, you do not need to initiate the Y to everyone. The rule of thumb is younger greets older. If a service staff Y's you, simply smile and nod, or Y back slightly. You do not need to Y the taxi driver or the cashier at 7-Eleven. However, if you meet an elder or a business partner, initiating a Y shows deep respect.
Also, remember the head and feet rule. The head is considered the most sacred part of the body. Never touch a Thai person's head, even a child. Conversely, the feet are the lowest and dirtiest part. Never point your feet at a person, a monk, or a Buddha image. When sitting on the floor, tuck your legs to the side.
Finally, let's talk about the food lifestyle. Eating is a communal activity. In the West, everyone orders their own dish. In Thailand, we order 5 dishes to share in the middle.
Do not scoop a mountain of food onto your plate at once. Take 1 or 2 spoons of rice and a small amount of curry. Eat that and then take more. This shows polite moderation.
And for our listeners who cannot handle spicy food, the magic phrase is my pet, no spicy, or pet neat noi, a little spicy. But be warned, a little spicy for a Thai person might still set your mouth on fire.
Regarding hygiene, a common myth is that ice is unsafe. This is generally false. In 2026, almost all street vendors buy factory-produced ice, which is clean and safe to consume.
For drinking water, however, stick to bottled water. Do not drink from the tap. You can buy large 6-liter bottles at 7-Eleven or use the coin-operated filtration machines found in most condo buildings.
One final tip for survival: download the Line application. In the West, we use WhatsApp. In Thailand, everyone uses Line. You will use it to talk to your landlord, order food, chat with new friends, and even contact businesses. Without Line, you are socially disconnected.
By embracing Jai Yen, respecting the hierarchy, and joining local communities, you will transition from being a tourist to being a true expat.
That concludes Part 4. In our next and final episode, we will cover health, safety, and long-term bureaucracy, including hospitals, insurance, and the dreaded 90-day reporting. Welcome to the final episode of our relocation guide. We have covered the dream, the arrival, the housing, and the culture. Today, we address the pillars that sustain your life here in the long run: healthcare, safety, and bureaucracy.
That is correct. Thailand is often called the land of smiles, and for good reason. It is generally a very safe country with low violent crime rates. However, it presents specific risks that are different from what you might face in Europe or North America. The most immediate concern for any expat is healthcare.
Let us be clear. Thailand is a global hub for medical tourism.
The quality of care in private hospitals here is world-class, often exceeding the standards found in the West. Facilities like Bumrungrad International, Samitavej, and Bangkok Hospital are Joint Commission International accredited. Walking into them feels more like entering a five-star hotel than a clinic.
In these premium private hospitals, waiting times are virtually non-existent. You can usually see a specialist, a dermatologist, an orthopedic surgeon, or a cardiologist within 30 minutes of walking through the door, without a prior appointment. Most doctors speak fluent English, having trained in the US or UK.
However, this convenience comes at a premium price. A simple consultation for a flu might cost 2,000 to 3,000 baht. If you require surgery or an overnight stay, the bill can easily exceed 100,000 baht per night. This is why health insurance is not optional, it is a financial survival tool.
When selecting insurance, you must understand the difference between IPD and OPD. IPD, or Inpatient Department, covers you when you are admitted to the hospital for more than 6 hours. This is your catastrophic coverage for surgeries and accidents. OPD, or Outpatient Department, covers minor visits where you go home the same day.
A professional tip regarding claims. Top-tier hospitals have direct billing agreements with major international insurers. This means you simply show your insurance card and the hospital bills the insurance company directly. You pay nothing up front. Always check if your provider has this cashless network in Thailand.
For minor ailments, a headache, a stomach upset, or a small cut, you do not need a hospital, you need a pharmacy. The pharmacy system in Thailand is incredibly convenient. Pharmacists are highly trained and can prescribe many medications that would require a doctor's prescription in the West, such as antibiotics, inhalers, or strong antihistamines.
Look for large chains like Boots or Watson's in shopping malls, or local pharmacies identified by a green cross sign. They are everywhere. A common issue for new arrivals is traveler's diarrhea or food poisoning. The local pharmacists know exactly how to treat this effectively with charcoal tablets and electrolytes.
Now, let us shift to safety. While violent crime is rare, road safety is a statistically significant danger. Thailand has one of the highest rates of motorcycle accidents in the world.
If you plan to ride a motorbike, you legally need a Thai driving license or an international driving permit that specifically covers motorcycles. A standard car license is not valid, and practically you must wear a helmet, not just to avoid a fine from the police, but to save your life. We strongly advise inexperienced riders to use public transport or grab cars instead.
Another safety aspect is air quality. Every year, typically between January and March, Bangkok and northern Thailand experience a smog season due to agricultural burning and weather patterns. The PM 2.5 levels can become unhealthy.
During these months, you should check apps like Air Visual daily. Most digital nomads invest in a high-quality air purifier for their condo. Brands like Xiaomi or Sharp are popular and affordable. When walking outside on bad days, wearing an N95 mask is recommended for lung protection.
Now, we must address the final hurdle, bureaucracy. Even with a long-term visa like the LTR or DTV, you still have obligations. The most famous one is the 90-day report.
This is a source of confusion for many. The 90-day report is not a visa extension. It is simply a notification of your current address to the Immigration Bureau.
If you stay in Thailand continuously for 90 days, you must report your address.
You can do this in 3 ways: in person at the immigration office, by registered mail, or, the most convenient method, online. The online system has improved significantly by 2026, allowing you to report via the official immigration website or mobile app. You should file this report 15 days before or 7 days after the due date.
If you forget, the fine is 2,000 baht. It is annoying, but not a disaster. However, there is one mistake that is a disaster: forgetting the re-entry permit.
This applies if you hold a standard 1-year extension based on marriage, retirement, or business. If you leave Thailand, even for a weekend trip to Singapore without a re-entry permit, your visa is automatically canceled. You will have to start the entire application process from zero when you return.
Note that if you hold the new DTV or LTR visa, you typically have multiple entry privileges built in, so this is less of a concern. But always check your visa stamp before you fly.
Lastly, for financial logistics, you might need a residence certificate. This is a document proving where you live, issued by immigration or your embassy. You will need this specific paper if you want to buy a vehicle or open a Thai bank account without a work permit.
To conclude our series, relocating to Thailand is a journey of adaptation. You will face heat, humidity, and confusing paperwork. But in exchange, you get a vibrant culture, incredible food, a low cost of living, and a welcoming community.
Be patient with yourself. Respect the local customs. Use technology to navigate the logistics. And, most importantly, enjoy the adventure. Thailand is a wonderful place to call home.
Thank you for listening to our guide. We hope this information helps you make a smooth transition to your new life in the land of smiles. Sawadee krap.
Sawadee ka.